clay. No.
Set mine up, get ready to play in the Brain Benders arena where minds stray. From puzzles to quizzes, facts untold, unlocking mysteries, watch them unfold. Puzzles, quizzes, mysteries unfold. Brain Benders Banter, keep your mind on fire, twisting and turning higher and higher. Trivia and facts keep you on your toes. Where the next challenge leads, nobody knows. Mind on fire, nobody knows. Riddles and corners, secrets to reveal. Each question a journey, every answer a seal. Cognitive playground where neurons spark, lighting a pathway through the mental dark. Secrets reveal, pathways spark. Brain Benders Banter, keep your mind on fire, twisting and turning higher and higher. Trivia and facts keep you on your toes. Where the next challenge leads, nobody knows. Mind on fire, nobody knows. Bring the wheel of fortune in the quiz of fate. Each spin a puzzle, each choice creates. Building bridges, crossing mental streams. And Brain Benders Banter, chase your cerebral dreams. Quiz of fate, cerebral dream. Gather your wits, bring your cleverest play. In the game of intellect, it's your mind's ballet. Step up to the challenge, let your thoughts run free. Brain Benders Banter, be all you can be. Intellects play, thoughts run free. Brain Benders Banter, keep your mind on fire, twisting and turning.
Twist your brain, come play with me. Facts, fun, and mystery. Twist your brain, come play with me. Facts, fun, and mystery. Puzzles, jokes, and trivia fire. We bring the heat, never tire. Riddles wrapped in crazy facts. You think you know? Better check that. Mind games, brain flames, think fast, no shame. Subscribers growing, chat is glowing. You never know where it's going. RBBB's where the wild minds roam. From quirky laughs to facts unknown. Click that sub, don't miss the show. Let's twist your brain and let it go. Hey, hey, all Brain Benders Banter, best of the net. Weird, wild, fun, you bet. Hey.
Hey everyone.
Hello there.
Greetings
I
from
love
South
your
Carolina.
Good evening, folks.
Hey,
Danny got his BBB cup.
Coming to you live from Illinois. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in Indiana. Coming to you live from Indiana.
Coming to you live from Sacramento, California.
Tallahassee, Florida.
Colleen?
Middle Earth. One of my best friends come from Sacramento, California. His name was William Dean Butch Ledbetter. Now, he was a real California hillbilly right there, buddy. He was one of them Ledbetters.
There's a lot of them here because up north, there's a lot of agriculture and farms and stuff. There's a lot of them people up here. A lot. Where I live, anyways. It's not like the Bay Area, San Francisco, or like LA. Like up here is a whole nother world. It's like people think of California, they think of beaches and like, okay. No, where I live is redwood forests.
Yeah.
Well, most of them
And
people never been up in,
Yosemite.
most of them people probably never been in Northern California hunting Bigfoot in the wintertime.
Oh, that's crazy. They do that a lot, especially on the Oregon
That's
border
true.
and up in Alturas. So in Alturas, you have antelope and elk and bears and wild horses. You have all kinds of animals up in the little top north little corner of California, and it's all like
and don't forget
forest
the
woods.
Bigfoot, because Bigfoots are everywhere up there in Northern California.
Yeah, that's what. Remember, when I went to the redwood forest, I sent you all those pictures of all the Bigfoot things.
I still have them, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, like they had Bigfoot festivals and everything. It was a real thing. Like everybody had Bigfoot, everything. They had
That's
life
hilarious.
size, like 8-foot size Bigfoot wooden sculptures, so detailed.
Oh my
It was crazy. But
god.
yeah, they have Bigfoot festival every year.
Wow.
So, welcome to a very special edition of Brain Benders Banter, BBB, the unknown. That is tonight. We are panel sharing chilling ghost stories and suspense, supernatural experiences, some personal, some mysterious, and some that might make you question reality itself. Have you ever experienced something that you couldn't explain? Whether it was like you thought of someone and you were thinking of a friend and that friend just called you at that instantaneous moment, something like that, that's just unexplainable. It's weird. But yeah, so chat, you get to share your stories too, because the unknown is waiting and we want to know your experiences, and I want to know panel's experiences, and I'm sure this is right up Danny's alley. And so
My whole life's
tonight,
been a paranormal experience.
That's hilarious.
right? Tonight Tug's busy, so he won't be joining us.
Bummer.
And I think Mr. Chance is also preoccupied, so he might show up late. I don't know, but both of them have prior engagements. So Tug's had a very busy day with all the things that he's doing, festivals and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, let's get started. So,
And I just thinking about that Chance, he's a zombie, so I guess this is really his kind of busy season.
yeah, we should play that clip. We should play that clip so everybody knows what we're talking about. I think it's this one.
Hey, Dixon, are you crazy?
That was Chance. Chance was a zombie that got shot.
It never gets old seeing Chance about the farm.
All right, so we miss our friends that can't be here tonight, but we're going to go ahead and move on. And so here we go. Do you have a story that you'd like to tell and start off with? Or would you like me to ask a question and we start that way? How would you guys on panel like to do it?
I think we should do the question thing first and then come back to the stories at the end when we got more time, because we don't know how long the question thing will roll.
Well, we got certain people not here tonight. We're going to be just fine.
I don't know. I was sick over there. Buzz here, and he didn't run long.
I got a couple good stories, but I agree with Danny. I agree with Danny. I think we should do questions first.
So my first question to panel and chat. Chat, you're included in this. Describe a place that gave you an unexplainable feeling of being watched.
I had this weird coach in high school that would watch you in the bathroom, and he'd give me a real weird feeling right there, buddy.
Are you talking about like a Porky's thing?
Oh God.
I was like,
well, he was kind of a fat dude, so there you go.
Wasn't her name like Ballbuster or something like that? I can't remember. It's been so long.
I can't believe you made a Mrs. Ballbreaker joke.
I did.
That's a fun way to start the show, with Porky's jokes. Yeah.
Hey, your feeling is being unwatched. It goes along with that movie. Through that hole, they were being watched. It goes along right with what we're talking about.
I guess that story depends on which side of the hole you're on.
Exactly.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. Not wrong. Exactly. Okay.
Oh
So
my
does anybody
God.
want to go first? Would anybody like to go first?
I'll spit mine out real quick.
Okay. So you obviously have yours all ready to go.
Well, it's I don't know
Give myself.
where it fits in the category, but I would just say any hotel room I check in because you hear the stories, and like with B&Bs too, not B&Bs, Airbnbs, they'll have hidden cameras in the motherfuckers. And like I started seeing stories like that. Every hotel room I check into now, I check everywhere. Anything that could be hidden, like camera wise, anyway. But
Did you hear about
in
how to check the
this,
mirror in the bathroom to see if it's
Ew.
two-sided? You put your finger against it, and if your reflection has a gap between your finger and the mirror, it means it's two-sided.
I've never worried about that too much. And the adjacency of like how the room next to you is. I'm like, oh, who's looking at me? Them. But in the sense of the spooky, I can't say I've had that feeling of being watched.
Whiskey. Somebody's watching me.
And I got no privacy.
That's right.
Whoa.
I can't sing, but I try.
Who's watching me now? Arrest! Anyway, sorry. Couldn't resist.
What was that? That's funny. Okay.
Oh, what was that dude's name? Was it like Macklemore or something? Called it.
No, Macklemore was the white rapper. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Obviously,
Michael Jackson wrote some of that song.
Yeah, Michael Jackson did like the chorus.
Rockwell.
Rockwell.
Yeah, Rockwell. That was it.
Rockwell. Okay. All right. Sorry, off topic.
Well, that's why I know that. But I do.
At least you knew it, Danny.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Buff, so just any hotel room, like you don't have a specific story?
No, not really.
No experiences or any encounters in a hotel room?
No.
Okay. That's it. Okay. Anybody else?
I done said mine. I felt that weird edge, that weird somebody watching me feeling in the high school gym back in the day. I'm telling you, buddy. I was being serious. That's the only time I ever had the creeps of the hair on the back of my neck standing up from people. I had a bunch of feeling like somebody was watching me experiences in the woods, because if you're in the woods, there's always something watching you. You just don't know what. It might be a bird or a squirrel or a rabbit or a bear or Bigfoot or whatever, but there's always something out there watching you. Believe me. And when you're in the woods, you are not alone, even though you don't see nothing. So I always feel like something's watching me in the woods.
Right.
And I used to spend a lot of time in the woods.
Oh,
really? You're a Bigfoot hunter. Of course you do.
I'm not really a Bigfoot hunter. You got people say Danny's a Bigfoot hunter. I'm not a Bigfoot hunter. I was a paranormal investigator. I didn't just run around in the woods looking for Bigfoot, even though I have been on Bigfoot investigations. Not my favorite times of the year, by the way. But I've been on haunted house investigations, lizard man investigations, UFO encounter investigations. I've been on lots of investigations of weird stuff. And I put up videos. And if you look at some of my videos, I've actually caught weird stuff on camera. I caught that gargoyle-looking thing on the roof of that old mill. I've caught a big dog creature-looking thing. They said it was Dog Man, but it looked more like a dire wolf to me. I caught that on camera.
I'm sorry, did you say Dog Man?
That's what somebody said, werewolf or Dog Man. But when I went out and did the investigation, the only thing I found a lot of footprints, like big dog-looking footprints. But what I caught on camera looked like a giant wolf, a dire wolf kind of thing, you know. And I think that's what people were mistaken for a dog man or a werewolf. It was just a big, I used the word big mutant wolf looking thing. Like maybe it got in some radioactive toxic waste and it mutated or something. It was something weird and it was something different. It looked it. I got it on video, dude. Check it out. It's a Palmetto Dogman video, and
Okay.
they show it on paranormal channels and stuff, you know.
Wow.
And what it looks like is the werewolf from American Werewolf in London at the end where it's running through Piccadilly Circus. That's
Mhm.
kind of what it looked like, a big mutant wolf looking thing. So I can understand why people thought that was a werewolf or a dog man or whatever you want to call it. But to me, it was just a big mutant wolf or a large canine that got messed up or something.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe it had that gigantic disease like a Andre the Giant had, you know, only in a wolf. And that's why it got so big and distorted, you know. I look at the logical reasons for everything. I don't jump right to the fact that, you know, that's some paranormal stuff just because that's what I'm investigating. You should always look for the real down to earth explanations first before you start labeling something Bigfoot or dogman or monsters.
Exactly. I think the same for sure.
And that's why a lot of the people in the so-called Bigfoot community crap on me is because I'm the first one to point out, you know, that's a bear, dude. You know, that's a moose call. That ain't Bigfoot screaming, you idiot. You know, and then they get mad at me for pointing out the facts to them, and then I'm a debunker and all.
Stop crapping on our parade.
Yeah, I got a bad habit. I got a bad habit of crapping on people's parades. I really do.
No, but you're doing the right thing, though. It's like, okay, let's think about it logically first. If we can't find a reasonable explanation, okay, maybe we're looking at something not quite
But
ordinary here.
Buff, I've got videos I filmed in a place called Mirkwood down here in South Carolina. And I'm walking through the woods, man, and in places people just don't go. And I found footprints 16 inches long and looked like King Kong come through there. Check the videos out. Something made them footprints, but I don't know. I can't swear what it was, but as far as the Bigfoot thing goes, I found some big footprints in the woods where nobody goes. You know, where people said they saw large hairy monsters several times the same week. Yeah, so, you know, evidence tends to dictate there might be something there.
Okay.
Oh, and on one investigation investigating the weird canine thing they said was Dogman, I found a big hair sample, a big giant hair sample where something had went over a barbed wire fence. Laugh if you want to, but I paid $1,800 of my own money, and I got the paperwork. I can show you. I had a genetic test run on it to find out the DNA of the hair. You know what? It come back unidentified canine.
Unknown.
Wow.
Unknown canine species.
Unknown. Tonight's topic. Unknown.
You know, and that's just one of 1,000 investigations I've been on that come out with weird results.
Right. We're gearing up for Halloween.
Yeah.
Tracy, Caldy, do either one of you want to go
Yeah.
next?
I'll go.
You'll go. Here we go.
You know, as women, you know, we go shopping for clothes and stuff. What gets me the weirdest vibe is being in those dressing rooms, especially like the really lit ones, like over at Target or someplace like that, with those really white lights. You know, it's like you never know who's behind behind there or what camera eye is looking at you. I always feel like they don't trust their customers. So that's that. You know, I usually just buy clothes and take them home and try them on here, and then I return them.
Right.
I feel that same way in Victoria's Secret.
What are you doing in Victoria's Secrets?
Trying on
Right.
bras.
Mind your business.
Okay. Oh. Never mind.
So that's mine.
Not to make you more nervous, but my daughter's first job in security, He worked at the Anderson Mall, sitting up there watching video monitors of the ladies' dressing rooms, watching women change clothes to make sure they didn't shoplift. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there's a lot of them who do steal. I used to work at Dillard's for a while. Boy, people are crazy.
I
Okay.
swear I hear somebody eating Doritos. Now I'm
I hear
hungry.
somebody.
Oh,
eating
sorry.
cookies.
I was folding a bag.
I
It
don't
sounded
know.
like
No, I want
it
potato
sounded
chips.
like you were eating like marshmallow cookies
No, man, I want
with the
potato
No,
chips.
just
crunchy.
Potato chips to me.
no, just folding a paper bag.
It sure sounded like Doritos. It was it a Doritos bag by any chance?
Paper.
Paper
It's
bag?
brown paper, but brown like me. But
Oh, we have to go there. Only buff. We have to go there. All right. So, right, Sin? I want marshmallow cookies too now with that crackly little plastic tray.
Just give me a
what have I done?
Dipped in chocolate with the graham crackers.
Wow,
Okay.
Harper's out there. Hey, Harper, how you doing, buddy? You
Yeah,
know,
Harper's been here.
Ben Harper had a
Oh,
rough. Hey, Ben
Oh,
Harper had a rough day. We
hey,
both probably
Harper.
crawled out of bed early this morning, like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, to listen to some goof talk about wrestling for 6 hours. Before then I took off all day after that all day. So, they had a pay-per-view wrestling today from Australia called Crown Jewel, and because it's on different time, it started like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was sitting here drinking coffee with
Let
my
me
eyes
find
barely
these.
open. Then missed the first match by the time I crawled out of bed.
Yo, talking about snacks and stuff.
Okay.
I gotta send a quick shout out to these. I tried these for the first time. Reese's dip. Let me turn my camera on. What the fuck am I doing?
Wait, hold on. I got you
What?
right here.
Thank you.
Try these dango things. Reese's dip pretzels, and that's what they look like.
I've had
That's
them.
bite-sized pretzels dipped in peanut butter candy and drizzled with milk chocolate. These things are awesome. If I still smoked, oh man, I'd be fat again, or fatter than I am now. Let me just. Oh.
Hi, true crime.
All right, that's all.
So cute.
What? I'm
I
hearing
don't know.
things.
My pug is
Oh,
already snoring loudly. Okay,
see some
Colby, do you have
chihuahua
one
over
for
here.
us?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, everywhere you go right now, you're being watched. Everywhere you go.
You
Everywhere.
definitely are because you're on YouTube, dummy.
I'm not talking about that. The phone's watching you. Everything's watching you. So, yeah. If you weren't paranoid before, welcome to paranoia, my friend.
Yeah. Every time I turn this camera on, I feel like somebody's watching me.
Click like and
I
subscribe.
haven't ever had any like real like bad feelings like that of being chased or anything like that. I have had mornings when I've woken up and this little girl has been like standing above me, staring at me, and has freaked me out.
Where's my food?
Where's my
Hi,
food?
Velcro.
I'm so hungry. I need my food right now. You son of a
But yeah, like when I started delivering, it was as soon as you start walking up to people's houses now, you hear you are being watched. Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. We're good.
All right. Let's go back to our.
You want me to tell you about being watched, buddy? I had this stalker ex-girlfriend named Angie. This
Oh, boy.
chick was so jealous she'd follow me around. She'd park outside places I was working and sit there all day till I got off work. She was a nut job, boy, I'm telling you.
Did she make
Oh.
Did she make flyers
shit.
about you and put them on people's windshields? Because I had an ex that did that.
No, she was seriously a stalker, man.
Yeah.
She followed me all around everywhere till they locked her up and put her in the nut house.
Yeah, I came home one time and a lady was making candles with my mother, and I went, "What the are you doing here?"
Oh no, no, no.
my
Well,
house.
this girl took my mom to wrestling and stuff, and drove and bought her tickets and stuff, trying to suck up all kind of stuff.
Oh, thank you, Brad, for the $20 super chat.
Oh wow,
Thank you. Thank you, B-Rad.
B-Rad's great.
Thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
PBB, I
Yeah.
recommend that unless somebody's got their camera on, you just don't bother making them big because there's really no point.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
here's
camera
my
on.
philosophy. Okay, hold on. I do this. Here's my philosophy. My philosophy is if this person is big, whether they have their camera on or not, it means the mic belongs to them. And everybody else over on the side knows it's their turn to speak. So I don't have a bunch of people over speaking each other.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't get it, but people's
Okay.
gonna but this panel's gonna overspeak anyway, so it don't really matter.
But it's less likely to happen when there's someone big because they know it's not their turn.
You underestimate my power.
Yes,
Stop
I think
it.
he underestimates all of us.
Aw. All right, so I shouldn't do it?
That's 2 Star Wars references.
Use the force, Luke, and make your own decision.
All right. I'm gonna make people big so everybody.
I don't
knows
know. I
who's
mean,
speaking.
I agree. You're given the floor.
Mm-hmm. That's how I see it. So whether you have your camera on or not, it tells everybody else like it's this person's turn to speak.
And say, well, I can't really turn my camera on sometimes because I got this big ugly goose standing right behind me looking over my camera. I'm sorry. Did you get the point? Oh, okay, you did.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm
Hi,
sorry.
friend. Hi, friend of Danny's back there. They say okay.
I wouldn't exactly call this my friend.
Person.
This is like visitor.
Hello, visitor.
Hello there.
I don't know what to say. Like, hello.
I don't know.
Okay.
Next.
My roommate.
Next question.
Just to point out, my roommate currently has company, and it's a long story, but this is my roommate's company, not mine.
Okay. Well, did she want to come out and share some stuff with you, or?
No, they just want to stand out here smoking, looking over my shoulder, being annoying.
Well, maybe it's because you're an
But not
interesting
all. Just
person.
stand there looking goofy and being annoying.
Maybe it's
It's
because
Halloween, so I guess that's what the people from the Addams family do.
Talk about watching you.
well, maybe it's because you're an interesting fellow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think they just got the hots for Tracy.
Oh,
Okay, well,
please.
look, I'm telling you right now, if I was there visiting your roommate,
Mhm.
I would be outside smoking, looking over your shoulder because I think you're very interesting.
Apparently, everybody does.
Just saying.
I'd be sharing the pipe with you, Danny. That's what I'd be doing.
Ah, I know you would.
That's what they
I know you
expected, but
would.
They ain't getting my shit. I'm sorry.
See, I'd bring my own.
Yeah.
Selfish.
I think it was in 2000. I was doing something and felt like someone was watching me. I looked out the window and there was a guy in the middle of the
Street, field, house.
You know they can fucking hear you on that show, right?
Ooh.
in the middle of the come on, we're jamming.
Yard in the middle of
We're
the
jamming.
ball
In the middle of the road.
This ain't Mad Libs,
In
damn
the
it.
middle of the sentence.
We're jamming, you got us mad living.
There you go, Cody. In the middle of the sentence.
And he was flying. Window? He was flying? What? Oh, no, Sin's also playing Mad Libs with us. Right, Sin? You're playing Mad Libs with us. Come on, we're jamming. The suspense is killing us. One time I was living in
In
an
the middle
apartment.
of the night.
Oh,
Oh, I love it.
not the best.
Mad Libs. We're jamming. We're
Damn
jamming.
it, we're jamming.
Tell us the rest. We're jamming. We're dying here. Sin says, window. He was flying. Look what we're jamming did.
How do I make
Yes,
this
ma'am.
work? In
Yep,
the
we
middle
are.
with you.
We're jamming. You can't let us hang like this, bud.
Yeah,
So are
right.
they another question?
Yeah, next question. Yeah,
But
let's
I
go.
didn't get to go yet.
Let's go. Oh, I thought you did. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Hi,
I thought you
Brady. Welcome, Brady.
Hello, Bratty.
Hello, Brady. Okay, so basically,
Mm,
my daughter, which you guys have met, most of you, we should call Wajam Cliff. Yes, because he's a cliffhanger. I agree. He left us on a cliffhanger. Okay, so I believe my daughter, she wanted us to all go to San Francisco for this stupid Pokemon Go event. Oh, Wajam finally said, in the middle of the parking lot, staring up in the appeared to be staring at my window. It was at night. I turned off my light. He stood there for like 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
Ooh.
That's creepy. Okay.
Yeah, he probably stood there waiting on you to finish your sentence.
Yeah. Like all you have to do is tell me to leave, but you're not doing it.
I need you to.
So my daughter, Sierra, she wanted to go to this Pokemon Go community day in San Francisco. I haven't been in San Francisco in a really long time since I served in the Navy because I was stationed in Alameda, which is right next to San Francisco. It's kind of adjacent to. You can see it across the bay. And then there's San Francisco, Oakland, and Alameda. They're all kind of in that same bay.
Wow.
So I said, okay, I'm going with you. What did my daughter do? Not only did she book the hotel rooms and everything for us, I paid, but she booked the hotel rooms. She got the most haunted hotel in historic San Francisco. And that night we downloaded Ghost Adventures apps on our phones, thinking, oh, this is going to be fun. It was not fun. So her and I sat in the walk-in closet and we asked questions to this old 1800s room, which like the elevator took forever to get up because it was like this tiny little box that was in this 1800s building. And then the doors, you had to pull the cage and then the doors opened. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it was so old.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we go down these hallways and they're super narrow. Like if you have luggage and stuff, you kind of have to go sideways because the hallways are so narrow. And there's like, it was crazy weird the way it was set up. It was like super long, narrow hallways with just room after room after room after room. And the rooms were kind of tiny, but it had 2 double beds. And me and my daughter were like, okay, that's fine. And we had 2 friends with us. She had a guy that she was seeing and her best friend and then me. So anyways, long story short, we went and sat in the walk-in closet, her and I. And we got in the walk-in closet and we started bringing up these apps on our phones, these ghost hunter apps. And I'm like, these are apps. They're not ever going to work. But these ghost hunter apps were like, where it scans through radio stations. It's like, and then spirits can talk through the radio frequency. And so you could hear words that come through as it scans through all these radio stations really fast. And so, and then it has this at the top, these little green, yellow, red buttons they go blip, 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 blip. And then there's this tiny little radar thing in the top corner where it'll be like circling like this. And then if a ghost shows up, it shows a dot. Bink, bink, bink. And it shows you that there's an entity present. So we thought this is going to be hilarious. And this is going to be funny. So we asked a few questions and it answered us. And it said we're clear as day. And so we said, oh, what's your name? And it responded, Mary. And we said, oh, did you die here? And it said, yes. And the tone of the yes was so weird. And I was like, wait, these are kind of responses that are accurate with our questions. This isn't just a random thing, right? So then I said, like, how old were you? It said 30. And then my daughter says, what did you die from? And it came back in this kind of sinister voice, murder. Her and I shut those apps off. We got out of that closet. We ended up walking to Starbucks at night, which is scary as hell in San Francisco because people have syringes sticking it out of their arms and their feces, like they're pooping on the sidewalks. And anyways, but her and I were just in this walk-in closet and we were like, oh, did you die here? Yes. How old were you? 30.
Not to be a stickler, but I don't think that's an answer to the question.
No, but it was just like, it was intelligent responses to the questions we were asking. It couldn't just be like a random thing where it just like
No. I don't think it's an answer to the question we were all answering. But if
It
you
is.
felt like
It's
you were being watched.
Let me ask you this: did you pay for the app?
No.
It has to be. You had to be being watched for it to answer the question.
Okay, but that's the whole thing. Is we felt like we were being
Did
watched the whole time we were there. That's why her and I decided to download the app, and it would be funny. Once she told me it was like one of the haunted hotels in California.
So now you have malware on your phone. Okay.
So we were like, oh, we think that this is going to be like a really fun little thing to download, and just because we're like really creeped out. As soon as we went into the hotel lobby, it shows the next 2, 3, 4 levels and the balconies, and it feels like there's people watching you down there, like check in on each level.
Just out of curiosity, did this app come recommended by the hotel, or was it on the desk of a piece of paper by the phone or something?
You say Sierra suggested?
Sierra suggested it. She said that she was watching Colby. I guess it's some ghost adventure thing that she likes. Colby and something. They're like young ghost adventure hunters. She has a crush on Colby. Well, she used
there it is.
and so she would watch it all the time.
I'm gonna download it and find out if there's one in my house.
And so they recommended this app that has these features. So you could check your own space, your own house, blah, blah, blah. And so she was like, Mom, we need to download this. We're going to be in one of the hauntedest hotels in San Francisco. And I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun, because her and I religiously watch Ghost Adventures together. And so I thought, oh, this is going to be great. Oh, no. I deleted that app so fast, I don't even think I was out of the closet. I wasn't even out of the closet, and I was like, deleting the app. F this. I'm done.
I threw my phone into the bay.
Yeah, literally. I threw it from the 4th floor building window. Like, it's cursed. Something's wrong with it. And of course, it was my phone. Like, it was my phone that was doing it, and I was like, And I just kept asking questions, and every time I'd ask questions, it would intelligently respond to what I asked. It wasn't random. It wasn't like, oh, what's your name? Murder. Like, no, it was crazy. And I was like, I'm not playing this. I was so scared that I sat up in the bed that night with my pillow and I slept sitting up.
That's funny.
And then I freaked myself out. I am like mind effed myself. Like, what if I see something? You can't stay awake because what if you see something? You should be asleep so you can't see anything. But then you fall asleep. And
If I hide under the covers, they can't get me.
And I was so messed up that night. I was just like, Sierra, all of a sudden I need Taco Bell. And she's like, what? It's 2 a.m., Mom. We're trying to sleep. I think I need Taco Bell. Why? I need out of here. I'm very scared. And she was like, Mom, stop. And I was just like, but this isn't a Ghost Adventures series on TV. This is real. And she was like, Mom, stop it. You're ridiculous. And she goes, bring up your Pokemon Go app. There's legends in here. And so I was like, what? There's legends? The next thing you know, I'm playing Pokemon Go. I'm getting shinies and legends. I'm like, oh, okay. Not so bad. But then it was really weird.
Apparently, I found a ghost, but I have to buy the pro version for them to tell me where the ghost is here.
Oh God.
Yep.
No, mine didn't do any of that.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, literally like
Well played, App Store. Well played.
Literally like when I was getting stuff like from Pokemon Go, the ghost ones, the ghost Pokemon Goes kept showing up. And I was like, why are the ghost ones keep showing up? So then I woke up my daughter again and I'm like, Sierra, all the Pokemon things coming in the hotel are ghosts. And she's like, shut it off, Mom. They were like,
whoa, shut it off, Mom. You drug me here for this Pokemon Go tournament. Exactly. You're mad that I'm intrigued in your little hobby now? No, I'm looking for Pokemon.
But I'm like, how come they're all ghosts? Like they were all ghost types. And I was like, this is so weird. I was like, oh, anyways. That's my my funny story with my daughter. We'll go back to boop, boop, boop. There. Okay. Next question. Chris.
What do you need?
Hello, Chris. So good to see you, my friend. Chris
Mr.
Lestrange. Legend. Welcome.
Hi.
Chris Lestrange, welcome, my buddy. How are you?
Oh, I was just South over Africa? There. Happy birthday, fool!
Happy birthday, Chris.
I was just over there.
Chris, if you have a ghost story, you're welcome to come up. Let me know. I can send you the link in Discord. But anyways, so we're gonna move on to everybody. Chris is one of my good friends. I love Chris very much. I love going over there. I've been super busy lately. I haven't been able to see any of his stuff because, of course, this time of year, logistics. We are coming up on 'tis the season. We have had so much freight coming through our warehouse. It's been crazy. I didn't get home last night till after 10 o'clock.
Let me ask Chris something real quick. I think Chris, I think Blitz had brought it up. I had to change some stuff before I had to leave your chat. But I think Blitz said it. Is it confirmed that they had that mode in Black Ops, that LGBT whatever mode? Is that actually a thing? Just answering chat.
Wow.
Don't ask. I forgot to ask him over there on his chat.
That's okay. I love Chris. I'm happy when he gets here. He doesn't usually catch us because of the time difference with South Africa.
Wow.
So, yeah. He doesn't usually catch us over here because he's sleepy.
I usually catch Chris as he's going live, and I'm like, "Hey, I caught it live, and now I got to go to work." And then when I'm coming
Yeah.
out, I'm like, "Hey, I thought you're live, and you're shutting down." Goodbye.
I usually catch him when I'm at work, and I could listen like in like one earbud while I'm working, and I could listen and be in chat.
So is Chris the little guy that lives in the hut making bamboo canoes and stuff?
No, he makes really cool stuff though. I love his lab. He makes skulls, and he makes like you could pick the colors, and he lets chat pick different colors, and then you could make does these molds, and he does like skulls.
Yeah, he used to work in the movies.
Yeah, very cool. He's got the best mustache ever.
Very cool cat. Very cool.
Very cool. He's very entertaining too. He's very entertaining. So everybody, please subscribe to Crystal Strange. He's my friend. I absolutely love and support him. I need to get over there, but logistics has been busy lately because they're coming up on Black Friday. So everybody, and then with the whole tariffs thing in August, warehouses are trying to like stock up. So they ordered a bunch of stuff prior to the tariffs, and it's still distributing because the warehouses got so full, and all of the inbound from overseas came in so heavy, like it's taken a while to distribute all of the stuff that comes in. So anyways,
Yeah, I thought he was Irish.
I don't know.
I
Sorry,
think one of the-
sorry about that.
No,
I heard
somebody on
some
his channel.
commotion in the hallway, and I didn't know if
It's your mom's dog eating your shoes.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put those pants over my head and put my head through the hole.
And then you're going to be cleaning a bed again.
I know. Look, she ate my sock.
Oh
She
my
literally
God.
ate my sock.
Bad doggy.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Like, I could put my hand through
Oh.
this hole.
Oh my gosh.
I could cut a hole in here now and wear it as like a mitten like this.
Oh,
Bad doggy. Up for adoption, doggy.
Yeah,
right.
and then look what she did to my pants. She ate a hole in my pants.
Oh God.
A hole. Like, I'm talking a hole
Oh my God.
in my pants. And then there's more holes all the way down the leg.
Is she
Like,
a puppy?
yes. Look,
Oh, that figures.
there's so many holes.
Well,
She ate my pants.
Patriarchal.
How's your dog get along with that dog?
They get along just fine until it's time for someone to throw scraps down on the floor after dinner or something.
Oh,
And then
fight's
they
on.
don't. Then I think my dog's going to lose her life to that dog one day. She's 100 pounds and my dog's 12.
Well, yeah.
And my dog thinks she's 100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not. She's just got a lot of heart. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, all right. Next question. Have you ever heard or seen something at night that you couldn't really explain? Now, Wajamin, we love the one that you told us about being watched. This one seems to like it might just flow in with that. But yes, have you seen or heard anything at night that you couldn't really explain? A
Yes.
sound?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. But
many times.
I'm pretty sure that you could trace it back to the acid I took earlier.
Oh,
I would have thought the same thing if I hadn't caught it on video.
Yeah, I was in a in Vicksburg at the Civil War Park, and saw lots of ghosts, but I don't think I really saw the ghost. I think it was
Well, I had a friend had the same thing happen there. So
Danny?
I had two friends at the Civil War thing up there, and they had went out to the battlefield on a Sunday morning when nobody was around and encountered a whole platoon of ghosts.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah. They got a really great story. You should get them on to tell that sometime. As a matter
Can
of
you
fact,
guys-
I think they're going to be on a show with me tomorrow at It's 7 o'clock Eastern on my show. I think they're going to try to pop on. I'll try to get them to tell that story on there.
That'd be nice.
And,
Can you guys carry chat for me real quick? I'm gonna help my dad get my mom to bed.
Yep.
All right, thank you. There you go.
But I have actually seen something at night one time before, or actually several times. But I did catch.
Yeah.
I caught it on video, and it was a large dark shape, and it was making a grunting sound, a horrible distorted monster sound, like.
The dog man. Yeah.
I don't know what the heck it was. It's possible it was a bear, maybe. I suppose. But
Yeah, right.
all I could see was a dark shape in the edge of the woods and making this horrible sound. And I got like a 9-minute video of it. Actually, I've caught it 3 or 4 times, but one time really good where I actually got the shape. I still don't know what made that sound.
You know, that, man, I got 2 of those.
We'll take it away.
I've been mostly lucky that most of my horrible stuff that I caught on videos happened at daytime when I could actually get a decent video.
I'm trying to remember the name of that cult. Was the Apple Gate? Apple White?
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
Right, that's
Yeah, the ones with those fresh Nikes.
The
bad haircuts.
How they kept, like, they were talking about they were going to be in the spaceship at the tail end of the Hale-Bopp comet and everything.
Crazy.
Me and one of my homeboy's sister, like, we were talking about it. It was just like, well, the comet is supposed to pass by, this part of the sky, and we wanted to check it out. And it was nighttime, of course. So we go out there, and I had a pair of nice binoculars, pretty good binoculars. And it was just like we were looking at it. And it was weird because, like, in the tail end of the comet, I swear, we both saw it. There was like a light, 2 lights, red, green, red, green. And it was like not at the tail end of it, but more of between the tail and between the, I guess, the bulk of the comet. But it was like a red and green, looked like a flashing and sequence light like you see on airliners. And like we both saw it. It's just like, no, right? I mean, it's just an optical illusion, right? Couldn't explain it, though. I was like, maybe they were right.
The scientist in me says it was probably some kind of atmospheric condition making the
that's what I was trying to, yeah.
But with everything going on with this 3-eye atlas now, there's a possibility we could be being lied to about comets. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
I don't know about all that. That's some Earth territory stuff right there. Hold on. That and what else we see at night? Oh man, me and my my Laotian brother who taught me everything about mechanics. May he rest in peace. He loved the go-ghost hunting. So one night there's like this set of train tracks that have been decommissioned, and like about half a mile away, they laid new tracks, whatever. So we go to the old tracks, and what the whole myth was just like, you go out there at night, you'll hear a train coming, you can feel the tracks vibrate and everything, but nothing ever comes. So we went out there to go check that out. It was me, him, and like 4 other people that were friends of his I didn't really know, and they were just like, oh, we want to go out, go hunt, whatever. So we get out there. So we start, there's this back road or side road, whatever, cul-de-sac that was undeveloped. So we all parked there and we started walking the tracks. I was walking the tracks go through these like kind of wooded area. And we're just walking and and it's like you could hear something walking through the woods, crunching leaves. And every time we stopped, like we stop, everybody stop, and the crunching stopped. It was like, okay. So we start walking again, and about 35-minute later, crunch, crunch, crunch. It stopped and kept hearing a train horn. I was just like, y'all hear that, right? Yeah. So at that point, I'm just like, all right, let me lay down there. Let me go, what's the name of that movie? Stand By Me. Let me go Stand By Me mode. And I put my hand on the track. You can feel the vibrating. I was like, what the? And about that time, the 4 people that came with us, they was just like, I don't know how I feel about 2 of them were girls, 2 of them were guys. And they kept hearing the crunching in the woods. It was just like, oh, I don't like this. Oh, they turned around and went back to their cars. But me and my bro kept going. It's like, dude, we're going to get to the bottom of this. It's like the train horn kept getting closer and closer, but never anything. I was just like, what is that? And it just, I don't know, it just puzzled us. And you kept hearing the crunching every time we stopped. Police will stop.
Credit, man. I give you credit, Buff. You are a very brave man. Most black fellas wouldn't have done that because they've seen horror movies, and usually that's how the first black guy dies.
Well, I'm insane, and I'm at peace with that. I'll be the first one to go. But to be fair, El Cool J survived. I think Buster Rhymes survived. Did Buster Rhymes survive in Halloween H2? I don't remember, but he made it to at least the end. Always the first. You don't walk into a dark room and hear something like, "Is somebody there?" No. You gotta sort some authority. Who is that?
I used to have a little a friend of mine named Jason. He was black, and he would always pull that. We'd go on these haunted house investigations or something, and he'd be like, "I'm not going first. I'm the black guy. You need to go first, bud."
Get me messed up.
I mean,
hello, Charles Darwin.
Make him sound like Mantan Moreland.
he'd be standing there holding a video camera. So I'm just here to film your death.
All right. Good night, Sin. S-Y-N.
Oh no, but when my husband wasn't here and he was in rehab, I could swear to God I heard somebody. Well, I've been sleeping with my T-square next to me. You know, I'm a graphic designer by trade. So I've got this metal T-square just waiting to hit somebody. But it sounded like somebody was literally in my apartment. I could swear to God. And it's like, I come out and nothing foul, everything's the same. I'm like, God dang it. That freaked me out. That kept me up for a while. Just saying.
Is everybody going?
I think so.
All right. Well, hold on.
You know, I grew up. My mom was a paranormal investigator when I was a child, so I grew up actually going on ghost adventures from a very young age. And I bet I've been in 1,000 haunted houses, and I bet I've been on 2,000 ghost of some kind investigations. And I've caught pictures of orbs and little stuff like that. I heard the EVPs on the tape. You know, everybody's done that, but I've only had two times that on an investigation where I was really, really freaked out. One time when I was like 8 years old, we were in this so-called haunted house in Lawrence, South Carolina. And I swear, man, doors were opening and closing and shit was flying off the walls. It was one freaky experience. I can never explain it.
Oh
no. I saw a big picture fly off the wall.
Oh
I
my
saw
God.
doors, and I saw doors open and close on that investigation. And my mom took pictures, and in the pictures you could see this like a white mist in the background.
Wow.
And that really was like the most haunted place I ever been in that I didn't live in. I actually lived in a haunted house once, and stuff would fly off shelves, and TVs would come on and go off, but it was like Casper the Friendly Ghost, you know. The craziest thing I ever saw was we were investigating an old mortuary.
Yeah.
An old mortuary from the, like, I think it was like 1899 to maybe 1920. It was a mortuary. And then it had been converted into a big mansion after it was a mortuary. And we were doing it came empty and was a little on the dilapidated side. So we just took it upon ourselves to go in there and do a ghost investigation, a haunted house thing, because it was a mortuary, right? And I was kind of young then, maybe 16 or 17. And I was taking it kind of like a joke, ha ha ha. Swear to God, swear to God. It's the only time in my life I ever saw what I would call a ghost. But I saw a woman come down the stairs dressed in like an old 1800s kind of dress. And as she come down the stairs, I could see through her. And before she got to the bottom, she completely vanished.
Wow.
And I wasn't the only one who saw it. There was like 5 people there who saw the same thing. And one of them
Yeah.
had a camera. And there's actually a picture of her on the steps. You can see it. You can make out the form of a lady on the steps in the picture.
Oh, wow.
There is a photo. That's the only time I ever saw what I'd call a ghost.
Mm.
Out of thousands of investigations, mind you.
No, I dig
Thousands.
that. I've definitely seen my share of ghosts.
I don't have
Okay,
very
well,
good luck with ghosts, but I do really well with freaking monsters. I've seen more monsters than I have ghosts.
Caldy, for the love of God, give Charles a beer.
I already told him I can only throw a beer to South Asia. And if he can get to South Asia, I'll walk outside and I'll throw it.
Charles, start
But I
running.
need you to get there, Charles, because I don't want to hit another Asian lady on the head again.
Again.
Again. Yeah. There's been other times, yeah. Nothing like waking up to Taiwanese police knocking on your door going, "You throw beer?"
Well, I guess let's go to the next question, because I guess that's where we really open up with the story thing, I guess. What's the most chilling paranormal encounter you've personally experienced?
And remember, paranormal covers a wide field.
It does.
If my friend Tim was here, he could tell us about his anal aliens.
Huh.
That's why I'm glad I've never had a true paranormal experience.
Oh, I had a good one. I love telling it. As you were saying, Danny, about the people you were with that saw the lady in the dress, other people saw it. This was a good one. This was the first time I really started believing in the ghost stuff. I don't remember what year it was. It doesn't matter. Me and his 2 brothers, I was great friends with one of the brothers' girlfriend and the brother's parents. They were members of this church, and they were telling, like, we were just sitting around talking about just whatever, and it was just like, hey, you guys want to go check out the church? It's supposed to be haunted. I was just like, you have my attention. What?
Yeah.
And they were just telling us about all this little stuff that happened. The school was like built in the 1800s, and it's supposed to have been something bad that happened there, but it's supposed to be spirits around there and a cat. I was like, I'm sorry, you just randomly mentioned the cat. And she was just like, everybody sees the cat. I'm like, okay. So whatever, we go out there, and it's in the night, of course. We're out there, blah, 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 blah. At this point, I like, this is before I really got into ghost stuff. And it was just like, I didn't believe. It was like, this is all pish posh. And excuse me for using that term, pish posh. But we get out there and we're walking around the church, and it's like, got the school house attached to it and everything, and just I'm not buying anything that's going on so far. Just like, this crap, whatever. And we get to like the school part of it, and it's a hallway that has like 8 classrooms, 4 on each side, with the 4 doorways each side.
Mm.
So I'm just standing there and just like thinking to myself, I'm just like, God, this is bull crap. And, hey, Spears, you're gonna show something, do it. As I'm like thinking this in my head, 8 shadowy figures stepped out from each doorway, one for each doorway, just kind of stepped out, stood there, and then stepped right back in. And I started backing up, and I was just like, whoa. And my buddy's mom is just like, what? I was like, I just, and before I could even say what I saw, the older brother said, yo, 8 fucking shadows just stepped out of those doorways. He saw the same thing. I didn't even get a chance to say what I saw. I was just like, that's what I saw. And it was like, well, I'm convinced. So we go off into the main chapel. And I swear something ran by my feet. I was like, what's that? And the mom looks back at me. She was like, what? I was like, I don't know. Da, 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 da. So we're just walking through the chapel a little bit more, and something else ran by my feet. And I was just like, what the hell was that? And she was just like, oh, you saw the cat. I was like, yeah, I guess. I want to go home now. Actually, no, let's explore some more. And I don't know. I'm then decided. But yeah, I was convinced after that. And that's when me and my bro started doing, got on board with him with the whole ghost hunting thing. We went to go check out the train tracks and everything. And I'm just like, yep, I'm a believer. And just, who made me big?
Is
Who
that
has buttons?
Chupacabra, Dan?
I don't know what a chupacabra sounds
That
like.
was a thing that run by his leg.
Tracy?
Hello there, judgment.
I don't know about this, but I went on a ghost tour with my mom years ago. She made friends with this like guy who goes around Chicago to the graveyards and stuff. He talks about each person, and then he talks about like paranormal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on to telling us in this oh god, in this like bus about this Resurrection Mary who comes out at 63rd and South Archer in Chicago. What she does is she's like a ghost. She comes out and like hails down a car to come take her home. And the weird thing is like it's mostly men who are picking her up, and because she makes herself available like that. And then she has them drive to the Resurrection Cemetery entrance, which is like right around the corner. And they say that she told people that was her home, and all of a sudden the guy would say, "There's no home here," and all of a sudden she would like flash, like be gone, and then she would also go to like the guard or the gates and like open the metal so that she could get through to where where her resting place is. But it's a notorious thing in Chicago. You gotta look it up. It's crazy.
I was about to say I've heard about Resurrection Mary.
That scared me a little bit. And then he goes on to saying that the offices aren't usually open, and we see like lit like offices in there all lit. I'm like, oh god, I couldn't sleep for a week.
There's a lot of those stories like that in New Orleans too.
I heard there's like one about a witch or something.
I used to live out where the Bell Witch was at. I used to live close to that, but she never attacked me, so I got no story on that. She left me alone.
Yeah, that Resurrection Mary, those stuff creep me out. I swear to God. Yep. So that's my little. Make me small again.
Those annoying.
Yep.
Annoying.
That's about the story. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a haunted highway right here outside my town, where a lot of people say like there was a young girl, probably in like her late teens or early 20s, that was in a car accident, and she was walking up and down the freeway trying to get someone to help her because she was a bloody mess in an accident, and she died on the side of the road because no one would stop. And so people claim when it's foggy, which gets foggy here very often because we have a lot of rice fields and we have a lot of agriculture. So the ground is wet. So we get a lot of fog because we get sunny days with saturated ground. And so they say that they'll be driving and they'll see this girl on the side of the road, like, help, help, help. So they'll pull over and she disappears
Yeah.
into the fog. And so it's pretty scary, but it's Highway 99. There's also another one, Highway 299, which is located between Old Shasta City and Whiskey Town Lake. And that is like the old gold rush town areas and abandoned ruins. And so when people are going down that freeway, they see a lot of people walking, like men and women, just like walking, that probably back in the day were hit by cars or whatever, and they are still walking that freeway. Like they're just still walking. And so it's kind of crazy, but yeah. Hi, Jake. So I did live in a haunted house. So when I was in I was either 29, 30, 31, somewhere around there. And I moved into this tiny little 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I think it was like 900 square foot house. I call it the Ainsley house because it was on Ainsley Avenue. And it was only 2 blocks from the hospital. But it was this really cool little house. And it had a raised foundation. It was really old. And it was on, because back then, I guess they had a lot of the smaller houses, but bigger properties. So it was like a 3/4 of an acre front yard and backyard. It was like a really big, and I love the fact that the backyard was so big because I had a trampoline out there for my daughter, and I had all kinds of stuff. Like, I had like a fire pit and like a barbecue area and an entertainment area and like a garden, and it was very nice. And I remember it all started like we had lived there 4 or 5 years and everything was fine. It was quiet. And my daughter was very small. She was probably 4 or 5 when we moved in. And so she came to me, like she was talking one night and I could hear her in my room because it was like my room and her room's doors face this way and then the bathroom faced that way. And there was this little hallway and then it went out to the main part of the house. There was just a living room and then the kitchen dining room was connected. And then you could go out the back door to the garage that was detached. Then it had a huge yard though. And we spent most of our time outside anyways, except in winter. So it was fine. It had a nice little covered porch and everything. And so we literally, I was sleeping one night and my daughter woke me up. She was talking. And I said, is she talking in her sleep? Who's she talking to? So I got up to check on her and I walked down the dark hallway and I opened the door and I said, who are you talking to? And she says, the little boy in the corner. I said, what little boy in the corner? And I looked, I didn't see anything. I said, you want to come sleep with mommy? She's like, no. And I was like, you don't want to come sleep with mommy? She's like, no. I'm like, can mommy sleep with you?
Yeah.
And she's like, I guess so. Like, all right. So I crawled in her little bunk bed and I was like, observing. Who's she talking to? And she's over there just having a full blown on conversation with something in the corner. and her
my
toys
God.
were going off and stuff, like her toys that had batteries in them. Like something was actually over there touching them. She wasn't touching them, but there's something touching them that setting them off and stuff. And I was like, Sierra, let's go sleep in my bed. Come on, we're gonna go sleep in my bed. You want to watch TV with me? And she's like, it's late, Mom.
Nope, that's Child's Play 3. Nope.
I
Yeah,
know. I was like,
exactly.
no, you're coming in my room. Like we're going in there to sleep. You can come sleep with Mommy. And so I brought her in my room and put her between me and the wall. But I stuck pillows between like the gap, between the wall and the bed. I stuck pillows in there. I didn't want her
That'll stop
slipping
'em.
down in there. And so I was like, okay, here we go. And so we went to bed. Everything was fine. Got up the next day. Didn't really think too much about it, but I just thought that was really bizarre. And probably a week or so went by. Everything was fine. And then I heard her talking again it was like a weekend, and I was cleaning house and stuff. And I heard her in her bedroom talking and laughing. And I knocked and opened the door, and I said, who are you talking to? And she says, the little boy. I'm at this point thinking she has an imaginary friend, right? I'm like, she has an imaginary friend. She's just a playmate, right? She's imagining having a playmate. So I was like, okay, say hi to him for me. And she's like, you could say hi yourself. So I'm like, hi. And so then I said, can you leave the door open? And she goes, yeah, I'll leave the door open. I'm like, okay. But she wasn't scared at all or anything.
You just lucky
Well,
something didn't go. How you doing?
You're right.
I know I
you
would.
do
Oh, we'd have
it?
been gone. We'd have been gone.
Sounds like Joe Walsh.
And so we literally, I finished cleaning, but I kept an ear, right? Like listening. And she was just in there having a good old time. So I'm thinking, okay, she's got an imaginary friend. She's made up an imaginary friend, someone to play with, because she doesn't have any brothers and sisters or anything. So I'm thinking, okay. So I just went on with my thing. And I think some time passed. And one night I heard something, and it was a really bad storm outside. And it was like thundering and lightning, and something woke me up in the middle of the night. And I got up and I went and checked on her, just opened the door and peeked in on her, and she was sleeping and everything was fine. I went back to bed. I crawled in bed and I rolled over on my side facing the wall. And all of a sudden I felt someone sit down on the bed.
Ooh.
And I thought, did she wake up and come in here? And like, is she on the side of the bed? So I sat up and I looked. Nothing was there, but there was an impression in the bed where something was putting pressure on the bed. And I was like, excuse me, hello. And it just kind of got up. And then
mind?
yeah,
right.
it kind of got up, and then the impression of it just went away. And I didn't
Lucky
see
you.
anything. I didn't feel anything. And I was just like, you're not welcome here. You need to leave. Like,
How rude.
I was like, you're not welcome here. You need to leave.
You were about
And
to
so,
Hey, did you ever see a movie called The Entity? Good. You probably shouldn't watch it.
okay. Thanks for telling me, Dan. So, a couple nights later, or I don't know, I can't tell exact, but one night I woke up and I felt like something was watching me, and I felt like there was something going on. And so I opened my one eye, and the way that the moon and everything was coming through, like the light from outside with the street lights and stuff was coming through my window, I could kind of see the door. My eyes had adjusted and acclimated to the dark and everything. I could see the door, and there was a dark silhouette of a very tall man in my entry of my door. And I'm like, I kind of rubbed my eyes, and I opened both eyes this time, and I looked, and I was like, hello. And it just disappeared. And I was like, oh no, this is not cool. So I went to go down the hallway to check on my daughter. And I walked through what felt like ice air. Like I felt like I walked through like Antarctica.
Ooh.
Like, I was like, whoa. And so I got into my daughter's room. I was like, Sierra, are you okay? Like, are you all right? She's like, yeah, I'm fine, Mom. What's wrong? And I'm like, nothing. It's just checking on you. And she's like, yeah, I'm okay. Like, you want to come sleep with Mommy? And she's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, so I'm going back to bed now. And she's like, good night. I was like, good night. So I went and laid back down. Then I kind of was rattled. So it was hard for me to fall back asleep, right? Because you don't want to shut your eyes because you saw something. So now you just want to stare at the dark doorway and like your eyes play tricks on you, right?
Mhm.
So I'm just freaked myself out. Anyways, it was like some time had passed, and I noticed that all of the clocks in the house had stopped at 1:11 a.m. Not
Wow.
the digital ones, but the ones that you put a battery in that have hands. They stopped at 1:11. And I'm like, did all my batteries in my house go dead at the same time? That's weird. So I went and changed out all the batteries and all the clocks and reset them. And then I was cooking that night, and every time I turned on the propane, like the gas stove, the flame would go out. And I was like, no. And so I shut the propane off, kind of like open windows and stuff, because I didn't want it to go poof, you know. So I was like, this is so bizarre. Like, maybe something's wrong with the stove. So I ended up just going out and like putting the stuff that I was cooking on the barbecue, like even the pans and stuff. I was just like, I'm just going to put it on the barbecue. I'm not going to play with this. And so I got dinner, served up everything. And my friends came over. My friend Jen and Gabe came over. And we were sitting in the living room and we were watching TV. And we had like one of those old, I don't know if you guys remember those first projection TVs that were big screened,
Oh
but it had
yeah,
like the
those were
3
huge.
Oh
projection.
dear God, those
I
5-ton TV.
Yeah, the ones
Yeah.
that would
Yeah,
take up the
exactly.
entire living room. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I had one of those, and then I had like a sectional, right? And then
Mm.
like a recliner at the end. And so we were all just sitting there chilling, watching TV. And Sierra had went to bed. I'd already given her bath, and we'd already picked up all her toys and everything. And she went to bed, and we were just sitting there in the living room. And one of my other friends showed up. So there's 4 of us in the living room, 4 adults. It's my friend Jen and me and Ross and Gabe. And we were all sitting in the living room. And all of a sudden, this image out of my peripheral vision started kind of wafting from the kitchen into the living room. It went in front of us, and between us and the TV, and then went to the corner of the room and disappeared where the windows meet, the corner of the
Wow.
windows meet. And I looked at my friends, and we all just kind of sat and looked at each other like, did you see that? And nobody said anything. And I said, nobody speak. I'm going to grab pen and paper, and we're all going to write down what we saw. And we're going to see if we saw the same thing. So I run into the kitchen, I grab a pen and paper, and I hand everybody a piece of paper. I'm like, nobody speak. Everybody wrote down and folded it up and threw it on the coffee table. So I open up everyone and I start reading them. We all saw the same thing. It was an apparition, only the waist up,
Wow.
of a little boy wearing a red shirt and a blue ball cap.
Oh,
Of a little
Jesus.
boy, but only saw from the waist up. But we all saw the same thing. And I thought, oh, that's really weird. Is that what little boy my daughter is talking about? Is that the little boy that my daughter is seeing? And so I was like, guys, this is getting really weird. And they were like, yeah, WTF basically is going on. And so I asked my friend Gabe, at that time, we call him Gaby Baby. I asked Gabe, can you please stay the night? Like, it would feel better if you stayed the night. And he goes, yeah, I'll sleep on the couch. I'm like, okay, cool. And so then my friend Jen says, is it okay if Ross stays the night too? Because she was seeing Ross. And I was like, I don't care. The more people here, the better I feel about it. And so we had a whole house that night. And I think all of us adults kind of slept in the living room on the couch with blankets and pillows. Like, we were all freaked out. But then things kind of went quiet for a while, other than the fact that my clocks would still, the batteries would run dead at 1:11 a.m. like once a week. And I'd have to change all the batteries, reset all the clocks. And I'm like, what is up with 1:11 a.m.? Like, this is driving me nuts. And so my friend says, I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to check the history of this house. And I was like,
Wow.
okay. And so she decided, like, hey, do you want me to stay here with you for a while? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. So she decided she'd sleep up in Sierra's top bunk. And so she'd stay at the house for a while because I was really freaked out. And so then Gaby baby, one of my closest friends, he says, like, I could sleep on the couch for a while. He only lived a few blocks away. And he says, I'll sleep on the couch just to make sure you girls are all right and Sierra's all right. And Sierra basically calls him Uncle Gaby. And so we were like, okay, it's cool. And then Gabe woke me up one night and he says, Chrissy. I said, what? This is like 2:00 in the morning. He goes, why are you cooking bacon? I'm not cooking bacon. I'm in bed. And he's like, somebody's in the kitchen cooking bacon. I said, maybe it's Jen. So we went down the hallway to check on Jen, but Jen was sleeping in Sierra's room and Sierra was sleeping. And we walked in the kitchen and I guess I don't have a sense of smell, but he said he smelled someone cooking bacon, but there was nothing going on. But the burner was on, the propane was on,
Wow.
but no burner. Like there was no fire. The propane was just on. So I said, maybe you smelled the gas. So I shut it off, opened the back door, opened the windows. I was like, we could have all blown up. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know. I just woke up to the smell of bacon. Well, then it started progressing from here. More things started happening. People kept seeing a woman in the kitchen at night cooking. My friends would say, like, we got woke up with pots and pans rattling around. And then one day I came home and I was the first one home with Sierra before Jen and Gabe got off work and came home. So I got home and I was getting ready to get Sierra sat down with her homework and stuff on the couch. And I was like, okay, so here's your homework, blah, 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 blah. Get her sit down in front of the coffee table. And I went in to like think of, okay, what are we going to make for dinner? All the cabinets and drawers were open in the kitchen, like wide open, pulled
Weird.
out wide open. And I was like, that's so bizarre. So I shut all the drawers and closed all the cabinets. And I thought maybe like Jen or Gabe was looking for something and they like opened everything up and then just didn't shut it. And I was like, that's annoying. I'll tell them about that whenever they come, when they get here. And so I just went back to like trying to figure out what to make for dinner. And I walked in because Sierra had asked me a question about math. And I had walked in to like answer her question and talk to her and help her figure out and solve, you know, her math problem. When I went back into the kitchen, all the cabinets and drawers were out again. And I was like, oh, no. Sierra, and this is my favorite saying to Sierra, this means it's time to leave, but it's between her and I. As a single mom, I said, get your shoes. She got up so fast, got her shoes, was out the front door, and she goes, what's going on? I said, we're leaving. I came back with the U-Haul and moved out of
Oh my
that
God.
house.
Nice.
I was done.
You
I
were
was
just
like, that.
Whatever happened
Yeah.
with the trip to the library about the house?
Oh, my friend Jen found out that a family was slaughtered there, a little boy and a little girl and the wife, and then the husband took his own life. And he was a
Well,
tall
there
gentleman.
you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back in like the early 70s.
You know, they say some places retain bad energy when things like
Yeah.
that happen. I'm just not
But
sure if it technically call it a haunting, but
it was really weird though, because like we lived there for 4 or 5 years before anything ever happened. Like her and I lived there and there was no weird feelings. There was no entities, anything. It was one day she started talking to this little boy, and that's where I remember it all starting. And so I think that's one of the reasons, because we lived there and we both went through this together, that she's fascinated with ghost adventures. Like, she's fascinated. So religiously, her and I would watch it when I got home from work, and her and I would sit and watch ghost adventures or ghost stories or whatever.
Does she have any memory of them events?
Yes.
Does she remember seeing a little boy?
Mm-hmm.
Because she described the little boy. Did she remember?
And she described him exactly the way that we saw the apparition come through the living room.
Have you ever took a picture of the victim and showed her the picture of the little boy from the paper or whatever?
There wasn't any pictures. It was a
Somewhere
newspaper
there were
article.
Somewhere they were pictures, and there's more than one newspaper saying.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just know that it said that there was a family slain and the husband took his life afterwards. But yeah, it was weird.
What was the family name? Do you remember?
I'll look. I could tell you tomorrow. I have it written down.
Have you tried Googling the family name on just to see if there's any pictures on the internet?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. Paranormal investigator in me asks stupid questions. I know.
I'll answer all your questions. I'll answer all your questions. I'll even give you the address. How about that?
Wow.
Because the address is 420.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
The address is 420 Ainsley. So can you imagine my identification? 420 Ainsley. My birthday's 420. My expiration's 420. My issue date's 420.
What would be really good if you could dig a picture of the kid who was killed up and put 4 more pictures with that kid of different kids from the same era and show them to her and let her pick out the kid. And if she picked that one, then you would be like, wow.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I might just do that. Might have to do that.
Yes, bring back childhood trauma back to you.
Yeah.
Charles
Darwin. My birthday is 420, and so is Buff Charles. We're not talking about smoking. We're talking about our birthdays, 420.
Don't get all excited. Adolf Hitler's birthday was the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Scheckelgruber.
And the date of the Deepwater Horizon.
So that's
tragedy.
my biggest paranormal experience. And the other time was when I was on the aircraft carrier. I was in a space and something entered the space and then just disappeared, like a person. Like entered the space, and then I saw them out of my peripheral vision, and I went to talk to them, and they vanished.
Oh,
I was like, "All right, time to leave this space." It's like, but I don't know if Danny, maybe you being a paranormal investigator, can answer this. But does some people have more ability to sense it than others, or are some people, do they draw those kind of things to them for some reason?
Some people have a higher level of perception because they usually have a higher IQ and a more open mind. Most people tend to build walls and shut stuff out. They'll see stuff and just ignore it and pretend like they didn't and not realize they done that because they're desensitized to the paranormal and the weird. They don't want to experience it. Therefore, they lie to themselves.
I've heard that like children see a lot more than adults because they have an open mind and they have
even more so than children. Like your dog, your animals can sense stuff a lot better than we can. My dog sees stuff I don't see all the time, but I know it's there because she alerts me to it.
See, they're sensitive to that, the animals.
And if you look at the My Cool Dog channel, you can see her alert to stuff in thousands of videos now.
I see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time,
like she'll be sleeping and she'll just all of a sudden be very attentive to something. Yeah.
You can tell the real videos where something's actually there because there won't be no music playing.
Right? Caldy, any experience?
None.
Zero.
Like everything that I've experienced like that was chemically induced. So
here's the problem, Kobe. Because you were chemically induced, it could have really been happening, and you would have thought it was the drugs. You don't know if it really happened or not because you were chemically altered at the time. That's why
I'm gonna go.
it becomes.
So it
See, that's,
opened your mind to
I,
see it.
I'm
let
gonna
me
go
point
with
this out.
quality, and it was
Let me,
just the
let me
chemicals.
point this out real quick.
Come
That's
on
the
now.
reason I keep a camera running most of the time when I'm doing something like that. Is because I'm usually chemically altered, and I want to make sure I got it right.
Don't force him to be a believer in the aspect. If the man said it was
No.
chemically induced, I think it was chemically induced.
I mean, it was good stuff. It was good stuff.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and we're talking early '90s. It was a great time.
Oh wow, early 90s. I was 19, just got out of high school and joined the Navy.
But in 1980 something, like 88, I took this big, way too much 4-way hit of blotter acid, and I should have just took one little piece of it. And I swear the wall man come out the wall and bitch slapped me out of a chair.
Oh yeah.
In
And to this
88,
day, I really believe the wall man came out of that wall and slapped me, man. I had a bruise on my face.
Oh,
in 88, I was graduating 8th grade.
88, I was in college.
I was coming out of 8th grade going into high school.
God, you
Am I
just
the youngest person on this
No,
panel?
I
No,
don't
Caldy.
know. I think I'm.
Caldy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In
Caldy.
1988, in 1988, I already had 3 kids.
What?
I was
Look at
already married,
80
divorced. I was married, divorced, and working on number 2.
in '88 was in '88 collecting baseball cards.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. I think we have some more questions. If everybody's already went, everybody tell their story.
Yeah, think.
Have you ever felt compelled to investigate a supernatural phenomenon?
I,
yeah, you could say that.
yeah.
You're a paranormal investigator. I guess you could say that.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. I wanted Danny to go first on that one.
Okay, we'll let Danny
I
go
have to say I have to say I have felt compelled from an early age to investigate the paranormal. I grew up with ghosts and monsters from an early age, so I went on to investigate them my whole life.
Mm.
There you go. How about that? It's true. I actually went on ghost adventures and ghost when I was 7, 8, and 9 years old in haunted houses with my mom.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, one of the coolest things, I was like 7, 8 years old. And me and my mom found ourselves with some other people in the middle of a cemetery at midnight because apparently there's a legend of a headless horseman apparition kind of thing in the cemetery, but it's supposed to be a floating, the horse was the one who got decapitated. So you get to see this ghostly floating horse head in the cemetery. It's in Winston, South Carolina. And we was down trying to see the incredible ghost head floating in the cemetery one night. And swear to God, thought this has to be the biggest pile of crap that ever existed. Why am I here? Till I saw this orange light flash through the cemetery. Can't say it was a disembodied horse's head, but there was a weird orange spectral light floated through that cemetery that night. And I think as an early investigation thing with my mom and the paranormal, it kind of drew me into ghosts and stuff really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my daughter from a very young age was very intrigued by the paranormal, and she always wanted to at a young age watch ghost adventures and like ghost hunters and these different.
My mom was a legitimate paranormal investigator when she wasn't being a part-time, full-time photographer both ways.
Wow.
Part-time for the wrestling. She did a Wrestling Illustrated and worked for the wrestling companies, taking pictures a lot. But in the late 70s, she worked with Ed and Lorraine Warren and did pictures for them on paranormal investigation. She was big into paranormal investigation world. So I got it naturally. I inherited my paranormal investigator
So Too Tall Rob, nice to see you, buddy. He dropped a link and said, "So much for free speech."
Okay, hold on. I know exactly the story he's talking about. This happened in I think it was in Kentucky. This guy, this guy had been a nuisance with city council people and everything, blah blah blah. But he had already been a nuisance. But what he did was he put like these trash bags out in his yard, and there was like one kind of body that was set up to be hung, but the body bags, trash bags, were labeled like, city councilman, this, da 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 da. No, no specific names, but he had already had a problem with the city and everything, and they took that as a threat, terrorist threat. But if this guy gets a good lawyer, he's gonna walk away from this because it's not specified. These are just generic titles he used.
Did you see?
And
Did you see the Halloween decorations with the black skeleton hanging from the flagpole?
Oh gosh.
And, and the lady who did that, honestly, didn't get it. The news people come out asking her about it, and she freaked out and took it down live on camera. Oh, I didn't know. She really, really didn't get it, man.
I'd actually believe her though. She did it innocently. I
You
mean,
saw the video and looked in her eyes, you
cares?
realized she didn't get it, but she had a black skeleton hanging from a noose atop a flagpole.
Okay, was it surrounded by white skeletons?
Wearing sheets.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. No.
If it's just a single black skeleton on a flagpole, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, most people wouldn't, but somebody apparently did.
Yeah. People don't like fun anymore.
Okay, I'm seeing the picture. That should not have caused outrage.
Yeah, stupid, right?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's leaning up against the flagpole. I was expecting something much worse.
Yeah, but
Caldy looked it up.
Overreacted.
Good job,
But thanks,
Caldy.
That's the
thanks
problem.
Too Tall, Rob. Thanks for bringing it up, reminding me about that.
I did post a new T-shirt on my Brain Benders Banter merch. Give me a second, and I will show you guys.
Well, that's not the picture everybody wants to see.
Oh, I know. But this T-shirt is quite amusing. Inspired by Too Tall Rob, who's always talking about First Amendments and stuff. I decided.
No, Too Tall is exactly right there. With decorations become terroristic threats, I guess. Yeah, because you got soft people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's why I want to show this T-shirt really fast. Let me see if I can get it up here.
Oh shit.
In white. Okay. And I'm going to go to StreamYard. I'm going to go share my screen. And don't think that I'm...
Kobe, the other picture you might want to look up is the Halloween decorations. It has the little mannequin ice agents and the little Mexicans
Oh my God.
climbing over the fence in the yard.
See, that's the power of the ignorance of the left. I have to say, because they look, just main example of the thing that's been kind of going on, I guess it was last week. The whole thing with Hakeem Jeffries and the meme with the sombrero and the mustache. The left has lost their minds over that.
And that ain't nothing worse. That ain't nothing worse than you'd see on Saturday Night Live most weeks. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
The First Amendment protects my speech, not your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We the people.
Yeah.
So that is my new T-shirt on BBB. Comes in multiple colors. It also has the puzzle.
When you use that reference phrase, "we the people," let me ask you: do you actually know who Dutch Mantel is? Do you know who Zeb Coulter is?
lead singer of Led Zeppelin. What?
No,
Yeah.
Zeb Coulter is the wrestling thing. We the
Oh,
people.
Oh,
They used, they
I
used
was
to
like,
be
what are
this.
you
They
referencing?
used to be a wrestler named Jake Hayter, and he had this guy named Zeb Coulter with him, and they did the whole freedom of speech, we the people thing.
what era?
I don't know. Just Google Zeb Coulter, you'll figure it
Oh,
out.
you're son of you brought him up.
Well, it's probably been in the last 20 years. It was,
Dang, then I should
I
know.
wasn't the biggest fan of these guys, mind you. I like the guy
Ah,
Zeb
fair
Coulter
enough.
years ago when he was Dutch Mantel, but
Okay. All right, where are we at? Oh, we're still
Um,
on the question.
yeah, yeah. So, have you ever felt compelled to investigate a supernatural phenomenon?
Oh yeah, sure. Um.
Like, look into it further.
Oh, I got one. I got one.
Okay.
I do have one. Oh yeah. Um.
Oh yeah.
The Ouija board.
Oh
Oh,
boy,
yeah.
here we go. I knew somebody was gonna go there tonight.
I always heard about it. Of course, growing up and all that. Blah blah blah. This girl I was dating in it was high school. I guess it was ninth, 10th grade, whatever. Always wanted to check out the Ouija board thing. Always heard about it. So she had one. I was just like, oh, let's mess with it. And she never messed with it. It was like something her parents had. They were Filipino. I don't know if there's a connection. Whatever. But she's just like, oh, I don't believe in it. I was like, I've been curious about it. So whatever, we started messing with the Ouija board. So, and everything I knew about Ouija is just like, you gotta let your mind be free. You can't guide it. You just move it around, whatever. So we started messing with it, and she didn't want to ask any questions. So like, I'm asking questions. And I'm asking simple questions like, what company do I work for? And around this time, I'd started an apprenticeship with Caterpillar. And I'm not guiding the damn thing. She doesn't know the answer to this question. And it did feel like it was kind of moving on its own. I was just like, what the hell? Just went with it. And it spelled out cat. I'm like, well, that's close enough. I'm like, okay. I'm try another question this thing doesn't know. What kind of drums do I play? Now, at this time in high school, we're marching on finely tuned white on white premieres, um, English drums. And it led around the board and spelled Ludwig.
Hmm.
Now, in our concert symphonic bands, yeah, we used a lot of Ludwig stuff there, but when we marched, we played premieres. I'm just like, well, that's interesting. And she's looking at me, she's like, what? And I was just because she has no idea what Ludwig means. I'm just like, well, we got Ludwig drums. And I was like, Ouija's real, man. I was like, okay, okay. Will me and Cheryl get married? And it just kind of circled around the board and never stopped anywhere. As you can see, I'm not married. Ouija's real, man. Y'all can kiss my, you know what? Kiss it. Ouija is real. You gotta believe, man. Yeah, I don't care what anybody says about that. It's like, oh, it's just a board game. Oh, da, 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 da. No, this was a weird experience, and I just had to investigate it. I had to pursue. that knowledge of knowing she had a Ouija board. And it wasn't like one of those Milton Bradley Parker Brothers Ouija boards. It was like an old school, like wood and everything. I'm just like, whoa. It was like her dad's. And I'm just like, okay, let's check it out. I'm all about Ouija.
I
But I'm
always
done.
thought like when we messed with one, you know, like a couple times, I always felt like someone was moving the plank, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
Well, see, that's
no.
the thing.
I
That's
mean,
the
your
thing, though.
fingertips are barely on it.
That was me when we messed with Ouija boards. I pushed it.
See,
You were an a-hole.
I
tell you what, you can say anything you want.
I'm just being honest.
Hey, you can say anything you
Fair,
want to.
fair, fair.
You can say anything you want to about them Ouija boards, man. My grandma did them Ouija boards, and I swear to God, I seen her Ouija board move, that little triangle thing, move without nobody
the
touching
plank,
it.
yeah.
It moved. That thing moved by itself, buddy.
I believe it. I believe it.
I believe it too because
Nobody was
it's a
even
gateway.
around the board. It was sitting on the
It's a
table,
gateway.
and it moved.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that damn thing.
That planchet is that whole thing is a good. It's a definitely a gateway to something in another
Gotta
realm.
watch the witch board, man. It'll get you.
This is the house of
Good night. Good night, Too Tall Rob.
Oh, yeah, too tall. Good night. Irene? Wait, what?
He's being funny. He always says good night, Irene.
What the hell did I just read? Am I having a stroke?
No.
All right, I'm done. I'm done.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
it's just
done?
the Ouija board. Yeah, it's it's
A
exploration.
Ouija board is a weird device. I've known people with them too. And they weren't like the cardboard Milton Bradley, you know,
Yeah.
thing. My friend had a real wooden one, like burnt letters and stuff with the planchet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
This thing
yeah.
was nice. It looked old
Yeah.
too. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, and they're like handmade, custom made. Yeah, like this one was custom made, so I was like, oh, that's weird. But I've
And this
also
was
seen
her dad's. This was her dad's Filipino. It was like that made me think.
Filipinos are very superstitious.
Yeah.
Very, very, very superstitious. I actually work with a couple Filipinos. They're very superstitious. They believe in all kinds of stuff.
But if you believe in the Ouija board stuff, honestly, 90% of the people, it's just people like Colby pushing them around with their fingers, because most people don't honestly realize the witchcraft involved in the use of the Ouija board and how you actually have to enchant them with an incantation before you use them to make them work properly. Just saying.
And it opens a gateway.
Supposedly.
It's an open gateway. You don't ever want to mess with them.
I have seen the little triangle thing move by itself before, but I have I've never actually used one myself.
Me and my daughter watched some Ghost Adventures episodes where they had a Ouija board, but none of them had their hands on it, and the thing like flung off the board.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh.
Well, once again, if you're really in the presence of a so-called spirit or an entity, you shouldn't have to have your hands on the board. It should move on its own.
Right? Because, yeah, like I always felt like the one time that I actually touched one, I just had barely my fingertips on it, on the planchet, but it felt like I felt like someone was pushing it. And so I was like, I'm skeptical, but I'm BBB and I overanalyze everything. I'm like, somebody's moving this. I'm not falling for this. I'm just going to keep my fingers just barely on it, like just hovering. But yeah, I was not playing with that. I was like, nope. Refuse.
Let's go.
You know, I don't remember. I think it might be on the Daily Dan blog like a couple of years ago. But there's actually a couple of shorts from that Ouija board with the thing moving by itself on it. On my
Really?
Yeah.
You'll have to share that with us, Dan. Or I'll have to go look it up. I'll have to
Somebody got to go back through and look up like 1,500 videos ago.
Yeah, I'll go look it up. I will. I'll go look it up.
I looked up a couple of videos. It took me hours to find them just to share with people because I was reshooting some stuff for my channel of classic, where I actually found something or I actually saw something, and I've been reposting a few things, and looking up them old videos is really a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
is.
I hit my 2-year mark
Cool.
this week on YouTube, and YouTube also sent me a celebratory 65 million views
Wow.
thing. So I was like,
Nice.
cool, yeah.
Sweet.
So I hit 65 million views in 2 years. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Seems like just yesterday when you started.
I know. Like when you met me, I was under 1,000 subs.
Gee, under 500, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, 200. You had 289 or 300 subs.
Something like that. Yeah. The first time I came into Corey's chat, I had like 200 and something. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I actually knew who you were before that from our association with other people in
Yeah.
common. Yeah.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Well, guys, I think I'm turning into a pumpkin.
I think we all are. So why don't we say goodnight? Because we're almost at the 2-hour mark. We've got 5 minutes left and we hit the 2-hour mark. So let's everybody say goodnight.
It's kind of suiting to end this stream around midnight.
That's right.
Well, it's midnight here. Well, I guess it is midnight there.
It's 11. Yeah.
Dog ate my clothes.
Oh God.
Did you see the size of that hole?
Yeah, it was big.
Quitting on me. Cody, what you doing?
Big head, you wasn't in it.
I'm adjusting this to where I'm going live at 11 instead of at midnight.
That's what I wanted to hear. Let's
so
go.
you're doing the after show, the after party?
Yeah, I'm wanting to watch the protests that are going on.
Okay, I'll come join the after party for a minute.
All right.
If that's okay with you.
Yes.
All right. Hey, we're twinsies tonight. Look, we're both wearing red.
Oh, cute.
All right. Everybody, tell everybody where you can find you. Everybody knows you can find us here Saturdays. Welcome to the community connection with other YouTubers where we come together and we collaborate together and talk about specific and different topics. Tonight, we talked about the unknown. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off. Buff, where can people find you?
You can find me in jail in whatever municipality that I happen to be in when I lose my mind after this dispute. Oh, I'm sorry. Sick 2210 Productions. It's in the name. It's right there at the bottom left corner. Just put in Sick 2210 and add. Well, you can just put that in. Really nothing going on right now because I'm on the road. Maybe live stream coming up Monday, maybe depending on where I stop. But I got to finish an unboxing video, but we're going to do the Halloween stream when I get back home. And yeah.
Cool. I'll be at your Halloween stream. Caldy, you look like a Tron. You could just see the like blue glow.
You want to play a game?
It's so funny. Exactly, Caldy. We really missed you, Caldy. Welcome back. Really glad to have you on tonight. Caldy, where can people find you? What channel do you want to reference?
I'm on the main channel tonight. I'm on called Weldy. Yeah, or you can I don't know. It's the Caldy. I don't know. It's not for everybody. It's weird.
I like it. I recommend you guys subscribe to the Caldy Show and
Dan. Dan loves the music that I play on it though. He absolutely
Dan loves it.
Yeah, you can tell all my really encouraging comments.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Right here in my heart, Dan. Right here in my heart.
You know we
And
all love Dan.
tomorrow, I guess it's my turn. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, you can find me and Tracy over there
Mhm.
together as we are on
Yes.
the Unapologetic Geek Show talking about really bad horror
With
movies.
Tug.
With Tug, yes.
Yay.
And then at 7 o'clock Eastern, you can catch me and Thrash Pondo Ponds and our girl Sarah on our show tomorrow night, where we're talking about really good horror movies.
All right.
And I think tomorrow is going to be special because I think Dr. Wu and his brother Eric are going to join us. So that will be very interesting.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dr. Wu.
Dr. Wu.
Is it going to be a 12-hour stream?
Nah.
Wow.
Because you know how he goes.
I don't know what
It's
condition he'll be in
marathon.
by that time of day. So.
Exactly.
Am
That
I
was my
having an R
concern.
rating?
That was my concern. I love Dr. Wu. If any of you guys don't know who Dr. Wu
I'm
is,
hoping he'll show up. The invitation has been made, and him and his brother are in a situation where they could do a live stream together from his house.
nice. That's cool. And Tracy.
Yes, I've got stuff coming up. It's just like I said, I've been backlogged because, what happened to my husband. So I'm still trying to make sure that he's doing what he needs to do. But yeah, I'm going to have stuff. Trust me.
Yay.
'Cause
All right,
we all know
everyone.
stuff.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Caldy, do you have your live stream set up so I could redirect? Caldy. 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 Okay, let me look.
Screaming of like an angry mother. Got
Okay, look. I'm gonna put Caldy.
What?
Do
Sorry.
you have your stream set up so I could redirect everybody in chat?
Yeah, I did. Linked it. Oh, that's right. You need the YouTube link.
I could restream. I can send everybody over there. So yeah. Give me a second and I will redirect everybody over there.
Wait, what? Diane Keaton?
So
Yeah,
Diane-
she
Yeah,
passed.
Diane Keaton died.
Yep.
Oh,
Diane
shit.
Keaton died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was
She
sad.
died.
They don't know why. They hadn't said her cause of death yet.
Ew. This is getting weird. Are we gonna be
Yeah.
haunted by Diane Keaton now?
Yep.
That generation.
Whoa.
Ooh.
If anybody was going to do some haunting, it'd probably be old Diane Keaton.
All right.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Hold on, I'm
Good night.
redirecting.
Happy trails.
Too late. I'm going. Good night.
Nice.
Or not.
I see the one that Caldy's on right now, which is hanging out with BBB for a bit. But where's Caldy's other ones?
Oh, just drop his link in the chat and let's go.
Oh, I found it. Okay, got it. And save. Boom.
Oh,
Check it out. Bow, bow.
geez.
There we go. We got this. Here we go. All right. So everyone, as soon as the stream ends, it will just take everybody that's in chat right on over to Caldy's channel. I've redirected all of you guys there so that we could go raid him. And we would go and we say, BBB raid. Even though he knows about it. So BBB raid, here we come. And good night, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Bye. Have a good night.
And happy trails, buddy.
Happy trails to you.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that stupid little bell.
Please ring the bell. It means a lot to us.
Ring that damn bell.
Ring my
yeah.
bell.
Oh, yeah.
Ring my bell.
Gosh. Oh, God.
Down in the ground where the spuds all grow, there's a happy little tuber stealing the show. On the YouTube stage, watch it shine so bright. This creative spud's got its goals in sight. Goals in sight, shining bright. I'm a happy little tuber growing every day, spreading laughs and knowledge in a spudly way. From roots to shoots, I'm reaching for the sky. This potato's on a mission. Don't ask me why. reaching high. Some spuds stay still, hiding in the dirt.